Hey, Plaza teachers, I thought that I would come up with my own little cheat sheet video. So I've been in and out of this program over 1,000,000 times, and I think I might know what I'm doing. So here we go. You may as well learn from somebody who's learned from the hard knocks, and everything that I learned from Hannah and Christy, so if it doesn't go well, you can blame them. Here we go. I'm starting at the home screen. This is teacher screen. On my team next week, we're going to do the reading test, and we're all going to do it by home-based teachers. Doesn't matter what test you're doing, you can set it up the same way as this. Language arts, I already did it for the whole team. It was kind of a disaster. I'm hoping next week will be better. So I log in as a teacher. I'm at the home screen here. I'm going to go to Manage Test Sessions. This is how I'm going to set up my home-based class to take this reading test. We're all going to do the same thing. So the first thing is, I manage the test sessions. I'm going to find some students to take the test. I have to go through here. The first click is I'm going to say that I'm at Plaza Middle School. The next thing I'm going to do is say that I teach 6th grade. I'm going to say my name, which is Ropke, right there. And then finally, what class? I want my home base class, because we're testing next week on my team by home base. I assume on your team by home base. So boom, we've got that. I've got all that filled out. The next thing I do is just click search, and here it is. These are all of my home-based students. I could go through the whole list. I'm just going to click add students, and it's going to show me the whole list right here. All of these kids are in my home base. So I want to select all of them. The easiest way to do it is I'm going to select right here, and it creates a whole list. Everybody's selected. Now I'm going to pick the test that I want them to take. Okay? So let's pretend I'm going to have all my kids take the math test. So I'm going to click Assign Test. So I'm assigning a test to them. It says nothing's been assigned yet. I know. I'm going to pick it right now. So I'm going to go down to the math test that they want us to take, which I think is this one, Math 6 MO 2016. So I click it. That means everyone in my home base has to take this test whenever they sign in. I'm going to click Assign that test to all of them. Boom. It's assigned to all of them. And then I'm going to click Test Now. All right. Now, I didn't give it any special name. You could have gone back and given it a special name. It doesn't matter at this point because I've just assigned this test for all my kids to take. The special name is really just kind of fun for you, and you can make it easier, but who cares? All right. Here's the deal. My kids are going to sign into their NWEA testing whenever I say, all right, kids, it's time to test. So they're going to sign in. What it's going to ask them is, what is the name of the session that you're going to take? They're going to type this in, STAGE 3190. They'll type all that in. All right, the next part's just a little bit tricky. It's going to say, what's the password? They don't want the kid's password. They want the test password. So the kids are going to type in this password. All right? When they do that, a box is going to show up on their end that says, is this you? Okay? And then the kid will say, yes, this is me. I am taking the math test. All that's good. On my end, it already shows I've assigned them the correct test to take. There's no way they can get into another test if I've set it up like this. They're all going to be directed right to this. They have no other option to taking a test. On my side, it says awaiting student. Once they confirm that they are in, they've typed in this username for the test and this password for the test, and the next screen says confirm who you are, they confirm it, it'll say waiting on the teacher, okay, waiting on the proctor. On my end, it's going to start changing numbers here, and it says this is how many kids that have gotten into your test, and are you ready to confirm them? You don't have to wait till everybody gets in. You can just click confirm, confirm, confirm as they go, because there's no other place for them to be. And once I confirm them, they can get the start button. They'll show up on their end. They click start, and they're off to the races testing. Okay? Now, let's say a kid comes up to you and says, hey, I'm getting checked out. So you get a call from the office, they're getting checked out. This kid's getting checked out. I'm going to click his name, And then I'm going to go to the action that I want, and I'm going to say I want to suspend this test. So I click suspend. That means I've stopped his test. It'll then pop up on his screen. He's been suspended, and he can come back to it. It'll say you can come back in 28 days. Yes, you can. All right, so I suspended it. Well, all of a sudden he goes down to the office. It was just mom dropping off lunch money. He comes back. He says, oh, I'm ready to test again. I can go right back into his name, and here's how I get him started. I go right back in, and I clicked on him, and then I say, all right, click resume. All right, he's off to the races again. He's resuming his test. Okay? That's pretty much what you're going to run into. You may have a problem with some kids got a white screen or whatever. If they come to you and their screen went totally white, that means that they can't see anything. It happened to me probably 10 different times. I just simply go in. Let's say this kid's screen went white. I go boom. I go to this action. I say let's suspend your test. When I do that, he then can go Control-Alt-Delete, sign out, sign back into the test just the way that we did, and then I'll go back in and say resume, and then he starts over where he left off. That's pretty much all the troubles that we had this week, but it took most of the week to figure it out. I hope that this video was helpful, and if you need any personal help getting this set up, we can set this up ahead of time. You can set it up just like I did today for next Tuesday. The test doesn't go anywhere until the kids start adding themselves to it. So I'm happy to help. Let me know. And if you see something that could have been done a different way, just keep it to yourself. All right. Thank you very much. Goodbye.